even sure there was even a test. I feel like there's a good chance the president was just watching Zootopia. You know what? Maybe small business owners aren't the best audience for Donald Trump's animal facts. Is there an audience that's closer to his intellectual level?
The applause started before Desi Lydic said anything because the headline alone felt absurd. Donald Trump had bragged about his perfect IQ, claiming his critics would never survive the kind of tests he had already passed. The clip played behind her, showing Trump looking proud, as if he had just revealed a secret diploma from the universe. Desi stood beside a small classroom desk instead of a late-night desk. In front of her sat a bell, a pencil, and a children's workbook. She waited until the audience noticed it, then said, "I found the test." The room burst into laughter, but Desi did not open it yet. She let the suspense build while Trump's voice remained frozen on the screen. Mid-boast, his face full of that familiar confidence he uses when he wants a claim to sound final before anyone checks it. Desi tapped the workbook and explained that this was not an official medical document, not a leaked file, and not a secret score. It was something even more dangerous to a bragging man. Context.
This is not a test to see how smart you are. It's to check if your brain is functioning, which Trump should understand based on the questions.
The first question is very easy, and they always show the first question is, you have a lion, a bear, an alligator, and what's another good? A squirrel, okay? Which is the squirrel?
Desi opened the first page and showed a large drawing of 5 animals. A lion, camel, elephant, rhino, and giraffe. The audience recognized the style immediately. It looked like the kind of basic memory test Trump had once described with enormous pride, as if repeating a few words were the same as solving the national debt. Desi looked at the page and said, "So when he says perfect IQ, what he may mean is that he successfully remembered zoo." The audience burst out laughing, but the moment shifted quickly. Desi handled the next part carefully. She explained that cognitive screening is not shameful. Many older Americans understand how families deal with memory concerns, medical appointments, aging parents, and difficult conversations with dignity every day. The issue was never taking the test.
Uh-oh, look out, he's leaving.
Every time I wrote Melania, it would correct to melody. So I do things, and I work very fast, very fast. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, now I know what I'm not getting for Mother's Day, horny.
The issue was turning a basic screening into a crown, then using it to insult everyone else. Desi rang the bell and called it round 1. Memory. The screen replayed Trump bragging about the test, then showed clips of him calling others low IQ. Desi did not shout. She simply asked why a man so proud of passing a memory test could not remember that humility is part of adulthood. Then came round 2, comprehension. Desi turned the workbook around to reveal one simple instruction. Answer the question asked. If a reporter asks about policy and the answer becomes crowd size, that is not genius. If a voter asks about bills and the answer becomes revenge, the test has moved from intelligence to avoidance. For the final section, Desi lifted the pencil and called it emotional math. The question was simple. How many insults does it take to avoid one fact? Trump could call the host failing, the reporter nasty, the judge crooked, and the network fake, yet still never answer what was being checked. Then Desi lowered her voice. She said the most revealing part of Trump's perfect IQ brag was not the number, but the need behind it. Secure people do not turn ordinary moments into proof of greatness. They do not turn a medical screening into a victory parade. Then came the line that froze the room. Desi closed the workbook, looked at Trump's face on the screen and said, "Donald, the test was never whether you could remember 5 words. It was whether you could remember not to brag about it for 5 years." The applause hit like a wave. The joke worked because it did not mock age, health, or medical concern. It mocked a performance. By the end, the workbook was closed, the bell was silent, and Trump's boast no longer sounded impressive.